I've been watching this at home, AJ, following along with how it's all going and the internet. And when I first saw the video, my immediate reaction was like, okay, why is his friend even potentially putting that on the internet? Need to eliminate that person from his circle. That person trying to profit, benefit off of Ja. I immediately start thinking about that. Then you watch the video a little bit more and it's like, I don't know if the guy thought that Ja was gonna pull out his gun.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he does, he puts it down. But did he do that on purpose as like, I'm gonna steal a little.
Got him.
And then I'm gonna be out of here. Like, that's how I think, just because my immediate thought is like, man, we gotta get better people around Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Was my take, like when this happened in March. Gotta get better people around Ja. Hey, Ja, you're not a standard 23-year-old, bro. Like, you have a shoe, you're this, you're a human. You're a part of Americana. So everything you do is being watched and followed. And with what happened in March, at least give us a year.
Sure.
6 months, a year. Doing this 2 months later, it's like, this is a tough thing.
Very.
And it's hard not to get a little negative. Like, this motherfucker's never gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But you can't. He's 23 years old. He's got so much promise, so much talent. The future of the NBA needs him. You just got to hope at some point he realizes that and he gets some new people around him, because I do think that is a part of the problem. And hopefully he'll be able to mature and be a different person. But it's hard to stick up for him at all with how optically dumb this appears to be. Not alone the fact, like, okay, I have guns. Hey, let's not get crazy. Legal guns, have them. I am not an anti-gun human. I understand that there should be some things that are much smarter done, and who gets guns, how they get guns. Do you need 100 barrel? There's that whole conversation. I don't know how that gets figured out. Hopefully people much smarter than us do that. So I'm not like an anti-gun human being, because there's places in the world where people actually feel as if they have to have it alongside of them, because if they don't, the person's gonna do it. There's people that are literally outdoorsmen and they hunt and kill their food that their family eats. Like, that still happens. That is gonna take place. Hunting is a hobby, even though people don't love it. It happens in parts of the world in America that it happens. Like, this is just what takes place. So that conversation is a crazy one. But Ja doing that and knowing what just happened 2 months ago, I think is so stupid. I just think it's so dumb. Obviously, people are saying dangerous because he's reckless with it and everything like that. But my biggest issue is how dumb it is. And he needs not do it anymore. Pac-Man, I think the world is very excited to hear your thoughts on this, because you were a guy fucked up, right? Got into some shit.
Yeah.
Found yourself in some situations, very serious.
Yeah.
And I think the world is excited to hear your thoughts on it. Here we are 2 months later after a fuck up that was very public, very big deal, suspended 8 games, cost him $39 million on a max contract because he didn't win NBA, All-NBA and everything like that. So what are your thoughts on it, and do you think he ever changes, Pac?
First and foremost, I've been down this road. If I could just have a one-on-one conversation with him, the first thing I would tell him is get rid of everybody that's riding in your car, in your Rolls Royce. It looked like it was in a Rolls Royce truck.
Nice
to me,
car.
I'm quite sure the guy that was video couldn't afford the car. But what you did is not a crime. So I'm not shooting at you. I'm just talking to you as a big brother. That's not a crime to have a gun. You have a right to have a gun. But a wise man told me, he said, hey, man, if you ever want to be successful, his name is Jerry Jones. He said, if you ever want to play this game again, you got to stop doing shit with your ass out in the street. And at the time, I didn't understand it. It took me a year to understand. I got everything took away from me. And then I understood what Jerry was saying. And thank God that I had someone like Jerry that was willing to dig me out of that hole and give me another shot, which today, everything is unbelievable. But what I'm saying is, if he don't figure out how to stop doing shit with his ass out in the street and stop listening to fucking NBA Youngboy and think NBA Youngboy is the real fucking world, he about to fuck up everything. And it's not going to be funny in a couple months or if we go through this one more time, because the way Adam Silver was talking the other day, he was hurt, first of all. And second of all, these people are not finna fuck up these $1 million franchises that's got all of these sponsors. I mean, $1 billion franchises that got all of these sponsors, and these kids are looking up to you. At a certain point in time, bro, you got to figure out what you want to do. If you're scared for your safety, go get you a fucking security guard.
Yeah, which by the way, has happened a lot of places.
Yeah.
A lot of people have gotten security guards because they have felt threatened and potentially like people want to do very, very ill things to people. This has happened, I believe, numerous times in the history of professional sports. People feel like they, either for a situation that happened with a woman or any other situations that arise, people are fearing for the fact that they're a public figure. People know where you're at. And when you're at a place, it's being announced to people and you have a lot to lose. This happens. So people hire security. And then it's security doing the flexing and the talking as opposed to you. But to your point about the NBA YoungBoy stuff, nothing but NBA YoungBoy, go make all the money you can.
Love NBA.
You got no problem with that at all. But whenever you start thinking about people saying, well, the music is the reason why, it's like you got people fighting against it. No, it's their art. They're just telling a story and everything like that. Well, there's some people that like just buy in to what the story is that they're told. And they envy that story. And they want people to think that they are that story. And I think it's been happening since the beginning of time when you talk about movies, video games, music for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to rap music. I listen to drug dealing music. And I view it as motivation. So I'm like, all right, these people, we're going. There's some people that take it as like a script on how they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think a lot of us are confused. Like, Ja, you don't have to be like that, bro. Like, everybody has respect for who the fuck you are as a basketball player, as a human. I feel like he thinks that he has to be this person and people will respect him. It's like, yo, complete opposite. We're actually thinking you're a fucking idiot right now. So let's go ahead and change that. You know what I mean, AJ?
Yeah, and it's interesting what Pac said, like with Jerry to kind of snap him out of it. It took everything getting taken away for him to understand what it all truly meant to him. And with how Adam Silver spoke in that interview, I'd be worried if I was Ja. Like it sounds like it's going to be a big suspension. It feels like it.
Whenever I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Run this.
That's what it was.
Run this clip here from Adam Silver talking to Malika at the NBA draft. Shout out to the Spurs.
Huge.
Shout out to the Pistons dropping to 5 after tanking.
We got to fix this.
Let's not get to the draft. Here's Adam Silver before the draft talking about the Ja Morant situation. He's not mad. No. Just disappointed.
We talked directly about the consequences first before we got to a subsequent potential to have done something wrong. We were very focused on the misconduct that was in front of us at the time. And frankly, most of our conversation was about how incredibly serious the first incident was of waving, a firearm on social media. And again, and the consequences there, an 8-game suspension was pretty serious and something that he, at least to me, seemed to take incredibly seriously in that time. And we spoke for a long time about not just the consequences that could have on his career, but the safety issues around it. Could have injured, maimed, killed himself, someone else with an act like that. And also the acknowledgement that, as you said, he's a star. I mean, he has an incredibly huge following. Yeah. And that my concern, and I thought he shared with me, that millions, if not tens of millions of kids globally would see him as having done something that was celebrating in a way. That act of using a firearm in that fashion. And so I at least was left with the sense that he was taking this incredibly seriously. So honestly, I was shocked when I saw this weekend that video. Now, we're in the process of investigating it, and we'll figure out exactly what happened to the best we can then. It's the video's a bit grainy and all that, but I'm assuming the worst, but we'll figure out, exactly what happened there.
I think any gun advocate, even the people that are like, it was legal what he did, would say like reckless gun ownership is not good either. So whenever you're just bopping around a gun, like I don't think any pro-gun person is going to say, that's what we're fighting for. Like those are the gun rights. And I had a teammate, Zerlon Tipton. He was a running back and a special teamer, and everybody fucking loves Zerlon. He was the man. I fucking loved him. I got along with him very, very well. He's from Michigan. After he was done, he retired. He went back home, and he he had a gun. He started having a gun more. I was watching him on his Instagram story and stuff. Still upbeat, still awesome, still amazing. And he put his gun in his bag at one place, reached in, shot himself. Reached into the bag because it was like in there to grab something. Thumb gets on trigger, shoots himself, kills him. Dead.
What?
Okay?
Damn.
Dead. And it's like, I think we all incredibly bummed that Tip didn't pass. Like, we fucking loved him. Got a chance to go up to his funeral with some of the teammates and meet his family and his friends. In literally every era of this guy's existence, everybody was telling the same stories about how he lit up a room and was this. But I think after he made it to the NFL, he felt as if people wanted to come get him. So he thought he became like a marked person. So he felt like he had to have a gun on him. And the gun was being taken care of for, or not being taken care of for in a respectful fashion, just laying in his bag. He ended up dead. So whenever you hear Adam Silver say, like, who knows what could have happened with that? I don't think Adam Silver was saying, like, Ja was going to go kill somebody. I don't think he was saying that Ja was going to go do something else. If you're flailing a gun around on camera, who knows what's happening off camera? And then also you're kind of making young people that look up to you think like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do and this is how it's supposed to go. All around bad scene and so fucking dumb. I just can't reiterate it enough in the whole thing.
And he lost $39 million from the non-all NBA team not making it. Now, from what Adam Silver's talking about, and Stephen A. kind of suggested that people in the league want to be suspended an entire year. If that might be a little much, but if Adam Silver suspends him for half a year, like then he's missing out not on like a escalator of $40 million. Then he's actually losing like $25 million just from games.
But not even the money part. That when I'm saying taking everything away from you, the worst feeling is when you're at the top of the game, when you are playing the best ball that you're playing. Like, for instance, when I got suspended, I was the best fucking player to me in the league. Like, not being able to play a whole year is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
When you know you are the best.
Isolated?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, when you know you're the best at that point, like, me personally, I thought I was the best punt returner and corner, at least 06 and 07 going into the 08.
Yeah, you were an asshole punt returner.
And I had getting everything taken away, like, all right, you ain't gonna play at all. Like,
well, and also there's another thing, like whenever you're not at the top anymore, like who's still around you, you know, like all those people that are with, like you learn so much whenever you lose a lot. So maybe that's what needs to happen, you know?
Yeah,
and
it could help him.
For the good of all of us, though, I hope Ja ends up just recognizing who he is, what he is, and how quickly it can all change. And to Pac-Man's point, like, get a security, dude. Just get a security. If you're scared for your life, get a security. You can pay for it. And you can shoot. Hey, you can still have a gun.
Yeah.
You can go shoot. You can do whatever you want to do. Just need you not making people think like, oh, this is how you're supposed to live your life. Like that, you're supposed to do that in cars driving around. Like, no, you're not. So that's it's a whole thing. It's a give and take, and hopefully the lessons learned.
Well, it's like the same deal, you know, like the fact that it is within 2 months of the previous one. Like Adam Silver, like he's not acting up there. Like that's not bullshit. Like he genuinely feels duped and like hurt by the fact. Like I sat down with this guy. He knows he's one of the faces of the NBA, and he fucking lied straight to my face. Was contrite, acted like he was sorry. He's not sorry. So now, yeah, maybe something like that does have to happen.
Pac, I hope you get a chance to talk to him someday.
Yeah.
Sure you will.
I reached out to him. When I was in Memphis. Debo did too, so we'll see if we get around to him.
So he comes from, this is a massive part of the conversation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, why is he, you know, like you, I don't want to,
I come from a way different environment.
Yeah, and I don't want to like, you know, make it seem like something that is, but it's a massive part of you. Yeah. You come from Zone
1
in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Which, you know, there's been a lot of movies and docs made about the west side of Atlanta and what was happening back then. I think we've all heard songs and everything about the part that you come from. So, like, you growing up in a world where it was very standard. Like, hey, everybody's got a strap. The reason why you got a strap, you don't know who's coming for you at any moment, at any time, because the businesses that we're running to survive, that's just part of the rules pretty much of life.
Yeah, and my dad got killed right in front of me, so my life was a whole lot different.
Guns, massive piece of it.
Yeah.
So for him just to like jump into it almost, seemingly after he gets successful, makes us all say again, like, yo, stop being so fucking dumb.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing? You know, like, it's tough, AJ. It is
It
really
ain't tough. I don't want to be hood. Hey, bro, I'm square. I want to be square.